All right, hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out Trent Roman Golf. I've just received my new SM11 Titleist Vokey wedges, and I thought it would be kind of fun to run you through how we do a custom wedge fitting through the Vokey wedge fitting app, and then talk a little bit about the new SM11 wedges, some of the small new tweaks they've made and the technology. And I'm hopefully going to show you some of the difference between my old SM10 performance and the new SM11 performance. The SM10s I've used for about a full season, 6 to 12 months. So that you've got that wear and tear on the grooves. Hopefully going to show you some of that difference in performance of launch angles, spin rates. Just because, again, of that wear and tear on the grooves and why it's so important for you to, if you're going to replace your A golf club or golf clubs, you're going to get some new clubs this year in 2026. It's very important. I think the first club you should look at are those wedges, especially maybe that one, specifically one that you use to chip with and bunker play most often. For me, it's that 60-degree wedge. So let's get to it. Okay, we're going to use this wedge fitting app. And as I go through here, you can see I'm going to click right or left-handed. I'm going to go with my handicap. Course conditions. What are the typical course conditions that you play on? You can see here, my course conditions are probably about medium. Zoysia grass is what I play on. Typical bunker conditions, probably about medium there. And then confidence in bunker shots. I'm pretty confident in my bunker shots. Next, my pitching wedge loft. This is, you can easily find this. You just Google it. Google whatever. I play the Titleist T100s. You can just Google Titleist T100 specs and figure out what your loft is on your pitching wedge. It's already selected here because this is a Titleist app, and then the 60 degree is the highest loft I would like to play. Boom, it's got my recommended wedge lofts. I bump up to 52. And I do play a 56. I'm just kind of, that's what I've always done, and that's kind of what I'm used to playing with around the green. So I'm going to kind of select those. All right, which shots do you regularly use each loft for? 52, I only hit it full. 56, pretty much always full. So I do not open face it, and I don't even use it out of the bunker actually. So it's pretty much full shots and a few pitches around the green. And then that 60 degree, I kind of use it for everything. Rank it. I'm going to go full on this one, full almost all the time. I would say open faced here around the green. I would say pitch comes next. I do use it full quite often, and then finally probably bunker shots. I just have less of those, so you're going to see that on the bottom of least importance. Okay, from here we're going to go ahead and zip through. I'm going to hit a 52-degree wedge. I'm going to hit that full 3 times. Perfect. It's recommending right now a 5208F. Guess what? That's exactly the wedge that I play. We're going to go into a 56 degree, and now I'm going to hit that full. The way I kind of tell launch angle is where I'm hitting on the screen. Again, I'm always making sure that my grooves are clean. Obviously from indoors here, I don't really have any issues with dirt or grass getting on that face. I've got a 56, and I use a 5610S grind. It's recommending a 5612D grind for me, a little more bounce, okay? We'll talk a little bit about why that bounce is so important. As we're fitting our wedges, it is so important to hit two things. To hit your wedges between groove 2 and groove 5 on the bottom of these wedges. And what that does is it produces consistent trajectory, consistent launch angle, consistent carry distance, and consistent spin rate. And when you have those wedge grinds dialed in, so for example, I have a little bit steeper attack angle with the wedge. If I'm using a D grind, it has more bounce. It will keep the wedge from digging too deep into that ground, especially on soft turf conditions, and allow that ball to strike, again, that groove 2 through 5 on that wedge to keep that, all those things I just mentioned, in the right parameters to give you consistent carry distance, consistent performance on those wedges. So again, that's why I'm looking at these. That's why it's so important to get fitted for those wedges, and then specifically the grinds and the bounces to put you in the right spot. Okay, moving on. We're going to hit that 60 degree, and I'm going to hit a 15 to 20 yard pitch. Okay, it's that simple. I hit what? 3 times 4, I had 12 shots. It took me 5 minutes, 10 minutes max to hit all those shots. And based on the TrackMan data that I'm pulling, okay, I've got this system, this app linked up to TrackMan. It is taking my attack angle and all the 40, 50, 60 different numbers that TrackMan pulls, and it's inputting them into this app with an algorithm that's going to help us diagnose my impact conditions and then tie those to the correct bounce, loft, and grind that I'm looking for to fit my swing and to fit the performance that I'm looking to get out of those wedges. Okay. Again, a nice little thing. We could send this to you when we finish that wedge fitting. You can see it's going to tell you exactly why we chose, or the app kind of chose those options for you. And then you can configure it a little bit to your liking from there. But yeah, that's the report that you would get, just like that. Okay, next up, we're going to take out my brand new SM11 wedges. We're going to talk briefly about a little bit of the technology in those wedges. And, whew, there you go, fresh out of the box. Okay, pretty cool. All right. I've got a 5208, that's fantastic. I've got a 5610, and then I've got that 6008 M as in Mary grind, a little grind to help me open up that club face. Like it a lot. We're gonna probably just stick with the 60 degree wedge just for some performance testing today. We'll talk a little bit about the technology. They've adjusted some groove depth, added about 5% deeper grooves in those wedges. That'll help a little bit with your spin consistency. Part of what it does in the longer wedges for rough, when you're hitting, not everybody, you're not in the fairway every time, right? The depth and the way the grooves, there's a third channel in those grooves that's going to help channel, that word again, channel some of the debris, the dirt, the grass away from the face and the ball to give you the best consistent performance possible. So again, there's some groove shaping, especially in those 52 to longer gap wedge, pitching wedge Vokeys with that SM11. And then it's always got that beautiful Vokey, clean, classic look to it. But yeah, I mean, I say the story for the last few generations of Vokey wedges is basically, realistically, it's a wedge. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They always keep that beautiful classic Vokey design. And again, when you look down at it, when I look down at it now versus my an SM11 versus an SM10 versus an SM9, they look just the same. The transition between wedge generations is very easy to make. And yeah, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hit some like 20 to 30 yard shots with my old SM10 wedge, and then I'm going to jump into the new SM11, and we're gonna take a look at a little bit with our spin rates, our launch angles, some of that fun stuff, and see if there's with this SM10, you can be part of this, Tom. My average was 73 yards carry, smash factor under 1, launch angle at 30.7, and about 9,300 spin. Ideally, with a new wedge with clean and like fresh grooves, that smash factor with this new wedge is going to jump higher. I'm going to get better like compression and friction. And the launch angle is going to go down, and the spin rate is going to go up. Okay? Maybe. We'll see. Good. So because I'm able to get I have cleaner grooves, it goes further, more consistently, because it just grabs the face with friction. The spin rate was 96.67 versus 93, so an extra 300 spin, and it brought the launch angle down almost 2 degrees.